Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
This is the Producers Lounge podcast.
Yes.
It is.
What's up, everybody?
We'd like to welcome you guys to episode number 8. We have a special guest who I gave away in the description. So nobody knows. Don't worry, guys. Nobody knows.
Oh, okay. Cool.
He's been on the show a couple times.
Mm.
We don't know when he'll be here.
Yeah. It's always kind of weird when he shows up, too, because he's just here. We don't really want him on the pod, but he's just here to be obnoxious and get drunk and yell at people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time, though.
But we have just myriads of things to talk about. And when I say myriads, I mean absolutely nothing. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. It's going to be great. We don't know. We fly by the breeze of our own tits, you know?
Yep. We just free ball it.
Yes.
We're professional free ballers, and we've been practicing now for, like, what is this, week 23?
Yeah, I feel like it's...
thing, so.
Yeah, that's how you get better. You just keep going, and you just, fly by the breeze of your own tits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just
gotta
fly
float.
by the tongue of your own goat.
Yeah.
I feel that, dude.
Ladies, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know.
Did anyone notice our cool background? Everybody in chat? We're in the cotton candy sky.
We are in the cotton candy sky with some Twizzlers in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Twizzlers.
So it's pretty
That's
sweet.
definitely what those are.
Yeah.
Just Candyland up in the
right?
clouds.
What are those
thick
things
boys.
called? Yeah, the red ones.
Ropes.
Yeah. Isn't that a Twizzler? No, Twizzler's like rigid. It's got the...
I was just generically thinking licorice.
Is it red vines? Is that what they are? The big, thick ropes?
Yeah. Those ones are so thick. Twizzlers are like that too, but
Yeah, I don't
red
like
vines
them.
are like the weird knockoff.
I don't like either one of those.
You don't like Twizzlers?
No.
Wow.
I do not like the fake anise flavor. It's like, ugh.
Anise?
Yeah.
That's what it is?
Anise? Yeah.
Huh.
The licorice root.
I like the peel-aways.
Oh, those ones are fun,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Those ones are yummy.
Takes forever to eat, but...
I'd much rather eat fruit by the foot. You know?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Or Airheads.
Nice.
And
Those
the
ones
sugar
take-
and the fruit by the foot
Dude.
things.
Just
So-
enough. Like, if they put a little more in there, it'd be all right, but there's already, like, it's like 40 grams of sugar, probably. Like, more than its actual weight, somehow.
Yeah. What is the one that's like fruit by the
pack
foot,
it
but
in
it's
there.
just like the
Right.
square?
Not
Not the fruit roll-up, but like just the weird, like...
I think that is a fruit roll-up.
No, the
Just
fruit roll-up
like
is
you
like...
roll it out and it's just a square?
Yeah. Is that the fruit roll-up?
I think that's a fruit roll-up, yeah.
What is the long one, then?
That's
I thought that was
fruit.
the
That's fruit by the foot.
Oh, okay, so fruit roll-up, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw on TikTok the other day somebody put... It was like they were rolling a blunt, and they were putting gushers inside of it, and they rolled it up.
Nice.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Always 400.
Yeah, put gushers in your blunt.
Yeah, that's right, folks. So we are live for
Gives
you
it the
today
flavor.
All the flavor.
to talk about music production, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We had a
going to
couple-
talk about it.
We had a couple thoughts earlier when we were outside pre-show. Someone had brought
Outside
up
pre-show.
The
auto-tune,
Mm.
which is
Yeah.
pretty fun. And you mentioned, what's the original one?
I don't know the name of it. It's like
Antares,
I don't know.
And
Could
Okay.
Google it.
Korea or something. Yeah. Should Google it.
We could Google it, folks.
Guys.
Here,
let's
we can just Google it right
the
here.
name of auto-tune.
We'll just Google it right here.
Oh yeah, look at that.
OG auto-tune.
I did not have much to say about it other than it's the one that everybody uses.
Yeah. The T-Pain
And
auto-tune.
if you have explored auto-tune,
Oh, hey.
what are you doing
Oh, my
here?
goodness.
What?
Would you look at that, folks?
the
Whoa,
auto-tune king
surprise
himself.
special guest? Come bearing gifts? Okay. Wow, yeah, take a seat. We weren't expecting you, but, let's go, dude. This one's mine. Where's a headset for the man?
Oh, goodness.
You don't get cans. They're in the garage.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
I can go get him.
Okay.
Cool.
They're the V Modus sitting on the one. They were on one of the chairs. I think they're in the center pile.
Oh, in the case.
Center pile, yes, in the case, folks.
Everybody,
Well, we can still vibe without the headphones. Oh, we
Yeah.
should turn off the fan. Why is the fan still on?
Oh. I honestly, I haven't even noticed.
We'll be able to hear it in the recording later. For sure. Cerveza, folks. Folks, if you're just listening, no, you didn't turn it off all the way. You just went down, so you got to go back the other direction all the way. There it is, folks. That's some white noise for you. If you're just listening in headphones right now, I just want to inform you, INRNME has just shown up in the studio.
Hello.
And
He's
here.
a legend.
He's here to say hi, here to talk shit, probably.
Yeah.
And he also brought some Coronas. So,
He's gonna talk shit on the noobs of production.
Always
for sure.
400.
you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you guys are talking plenty of shit with
Yep.
the glasses I was not so lucky enough to procure, but
Yeah.
I saw that you did
Yeah.
not bring the line.
You can't put one by old Poon.
Nope.
I love you.
excuse what? I'm
He'll,
sorry, what were you saying?
He'll
I
give it
see,
right
folks,
back.
now that he did. We're going right back? What's happening?
No.
Poon will give it right back. That's what he said.
We'll be right back, folks.
We'll be right back.
We're back, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
what's up, everyone? Hey.
I just want to say that I'm sorry, INRNME, Poon, Aaron, Harper,
Oh goodness.
that, yeah, can you grab him a beer?
Yeah.
He was right. He did bring limes. I was wrong, folks.
Oh, and you were giving him shit.
I was giving him
Wow.
shit.
It's okay, you apologized on air.
Man,
so
and I
makes
just
up for it.
opened this fucking Montucky cold snack.
Cold
Damn.
snack.
Yeah,
Now you have
Cold
cold
snack.
snacks.
Oh.
it's fine. I'll drink it. Ladies and
Um,
gentlemen, this podcast is brought to you by Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon is a cereal.
Made for Magic Poons.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, but autotune.
Autotune. Yes. So we're here looking.
I've literally always wanted to use an autotune.
What?
Not for
oh,
any serious reason, but to just like when AT comes over, we just make a silly trap beat and fucking.
Here's Melodyne.
You know.
I don't know how to dive into the topic of autotune
Yeah.
and do it any justice at all. We could
Yeah.
say there are like quite a few different autotune plugins.
We should reach out to
There's an
T-Pain
isotope
Mhm.
one.
because we definitely have him on speed dial.
Mm. Yeah.
Of course.
We'll have to call him and ask him about it. Get
Yeah.
the expert's opinion.
I mean, he comes over like every other weekend, so we'll just ask him next time he's here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so there's one Isotope makes one. It's like Nectar. There is Melodyne, which is like the very intense, like go through and separate different like harmonics and shit like that.
Yeah, Melodyne's
It gets
nice
really
for
intense.
those fine tunings, you know?
Yeah, super fine tuning.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Not like the obscure legit T-Pain like
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
that
That's-
Melodyne is nice though.
Yeah, that's like the regular auto tune.
This keyboard is just aggravated.
Losing it.
Yeah.
You need more batteries?
took that whole time to say best, and it. Oh, say what?
Ah!
And then it just goes back.
So the receiver.
I got
you
you.
think?
Let's try just. I mean, you guys can keep talking. We'll survive.
No, we're good. We'll just watch you do this.
Just a little yeah, just a couple technical it's technically difficult.
I need
Yeah.
those AAAs from your bathroom, if anything. Dave.
Word.
How many artists do you guys think, like top level artists, are using autotune?
using just general tuning like most?
Yeah, not the T-Pain.
Yeah, it was the battery, so
but
we got
just
a little
like
bit of juice.
correction kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like probably a
All-
pretty good amount, right?
yeah.
If not all, because like why wouldn't you? You know,
Mm-hmm.
just
you
get
can,
that.
So
You can give it like that little baby love
Mm-hmm.
to where it just you can't really tell.
Yeah.
that Cher
Yeah.
song,
On Terrace?
Do you believe?
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right.
yeah, that's all I got.
And love after
There's some
love.
weirdness going on with the vocals there that I don't know if you'd necessarily call autotune, but I'm
Mm.
like willing to believe she might have beat T-Pain.
Dude, totally. Yeah, and
it's
the, like,
worth the listen.
Hot
part.
take, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hot take here, folks.
because
Wow, only
they just
$400.
seem to jam it every night at work for whatever reason. So,
It's fair.
What?
so I've gotten
It's a great
good,
song, dude. I love Cher.
it is a great song indeed. So I've
Or
gotten
maybe
to-
she just kicks so much ass.
she's just doing that Tibetan voice singing and just like grabbing multiple tones.
Yeah, that's fucking mind-blowing that people do that.
Sometimes when you hit
That's how I do it.
certain notes, you do get like a dual
Yeah.
tone, kind of like a vibe.
Yeah, it's like I say this not knowing how the voice box works at all, but I assume,
Go on, doctor.
yes, I'm assuming one part of the noise is coming from like the top end of some sort, and the second, like where normal sound comes from, as air passes through it, you know, like
Through it,
a
through.
whistle or something, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how it works? And then then you get the body vibrating with its tonal frequency that you happen to be making. So you're like
Mm-hmm.
creating a resonant peak in your voice box, causing it to vibrate really loud with the note you're already singing.
So
Yeah.
You know
Cher's
what I mean?
great, is what we're saying.
Yeah,
Cher's got that on
Obviously.
lockdown.
Yeah,
dude,
clearly.
she's
Legend.
sick.
I could also see it being something like with the way you position your mouth or tongue or something, where you create like 2 flows of air going out or something. But maybe that would just be like a strange whistle. Or... yeah.
I do agree with you though. So, the best autotune I can find is
Autotune
Autotune.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
no, that's not what it's called.
Antares.
Extreme.
Antares.
Antares.
Antares. Yeah, see, it's like a weird word that
Now-
you don't know how to say, so it's hard to remember it.
Now, are we
Yeah.
saying that's the
Yeah.
best one just because that's what T-Pain uses?
This is
Yes.
yeah.
He defined the best.
This
Oh,
is the
free
one that
14-day trial.
sounds like autotune.
But here's the thing: T-Pain can actually sing really well. Also,
his balls off.
yeah. So that's
so
the thing.
good.
Like he didn't do that. He's just I really like that. It wasn't even like
Yeah.
he didn't need to do it. It wasn't a necessity.
He's just
No.
making a vibe.
Have you
Yeah, I
heard
just like
T-Pain
the
sing a cappella?
No, never. Should we pull
Shit's
this up?
fire, dude.
He's really good. No, really.
No, we shouldn't pull it up.
No,
Yeah.
we're not pull it up.
But
No, we have production things to talk about, obviously.
You're right. You're right. We have
There's
so much.
so
on the
much.
list.
Sifting
Yeah.
around the topic of autotune.
The amount to talk about. I mean, that soaked up like 20 minutes.
Ooh, I've got a question for you guys that we've like
Let's get
vaguely
to an
touched on a little
actual
bit.
topic.
How many layers is too much, and what makes it too much? Is there a limit? Because I'm learning there may not be.
I guess it's song dependent. I know there's Spongel songs where he's had like 200 tracks
Ooh.
over the course of like a 14-minute song.
Mm.
And it's just like, which
What's up
makes
there?
sense. There's like a bunch of shit. Like you listen to it and you're like, what the fuck?
I
And
mean,
now I'm on DMT. It's fucking nutty. But then I feel like you can make a house track with fucking 14 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good old hip hop beat with like 7,
Yeah.
if that.
you
Yeah.
know, I just don't like getting lost in too many channels because
Yeah,
then
me
you start
neither.
over tweaking and you have one thing to fix and it's like a balloon and you squeeze it and another thing pops out elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're just going through like 100
It
tracks
is
and
a
you're just like,
balancing act.
yeah, and it's
Yeah, it gets
annoying
sketchy.
sometimes.
Yeah, unless you're hyper focused as you're creating new ones, you're like taking care of everything, and
Mm-hmm.
but it's hard to contextualize without like everything there. So, but
I feel like if you throw a whole bunch of shit just all together, it could be pretty easy to kind of get things melded in a cool way and be able to hear things decently well.
If you have them grouped well, I think you're fine. If you have like the
Yeah.
different if sectioned properly,
Mm.
like the
Yeah,
elements
that
of the
makes
song,
sense.
then I guess it doesn't
Mhm.
really matter if you're just handling it well. But
Mm.
I don't know.
handling
sometimes
it well is not easy though.
No,
No.
yeah, it gets excess at
Yeah,
some point. Is it necessary?
I
Yeah.
don't
I
know.
don't know.
I've seen
Song dependent.
I watched one dude, he was just slapping every fucking impact ever.
Oh, Company. I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
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 He's just
Fucking
like,
Company.
You know what?
dude.
We need like 3 more of these, and he's just like throwing so much shit into the build, and I was just like,
Yeah. He
That
wasn't
is so
EQing them or
much.
anything. He
and
wasn't
just,
like really
slapping them there,
fading.
turn them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting.
That is not the way I go about
It's
it.
not the way I go
So
either, but I
don't-
wonder
yeah.
if I should sometimes.
Right.
Maybe
I
have
mean,
an experiment one day.
I'll do that on a light level, like up to like 6 things, in terms of like coming in and going out. There's like 4 things here and like 2 things here.
Mm-hmm.
So like the impact's got a low and a high, and coming into it, it's got like a bunch of things, 4 things or whatever. Like nothing hardcore, but I will sometimes work on an impact like that, where I'm just like, oh, I just need something random. Ooh, cool, this works, and then just throw it in and just see what happens and EQ it. Just fucking not give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Soak it in reverb. It'll sound epic.
This space is a lot more intimate. I'm like, look at you, and I'm like, you're
I know, right?
right there.
Yeah, we're real close. Folks,
Warm.
well,
Yeah.
you wore long sleeve and pants.
I don't wear shorts.
Folks, everyone else
It's
here
100
is in their
degrees
boxer.
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else
It's pretty thin.
fucked.
is in boxers right
Feel
now,
it.
folks.
It's pretty thin.
We started the podcast with the fan
He's
still
not gonna
on
feel it.
because we needed it. It's so hot.
It's pretty hot.
So
So feel
hot.
it. It's thin. Just do it.
That doesn't matter.
It's pretty thin.
It is, but yeah, sure, but it's still gonna like create an atmosphere between you and the skin.
Yeah.
That's how it works, dude. It's like clouds.
A little heat blanket.
It's like
Yeah, a little
clouds,
heat blanket.
bro.
Yeah, dude.
Humid.
Yeah,
Well, what can
and
you
you'll be
do?
sweating in there.
The only thing I've been jazzed on recently, like, been making tracks and stuff in the new studio and fucking with some old ones. And after having John over and helping position my speakers in my room,
That was our last guest.
yeah,
On the last episode, folks.
literally 1 week ago this happened.
1 week ago.
And then he
Mhm.
was right here on the podcast. So there's a whole bunch of juicy details in there if you want to go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
It'll
maybe.
be out soon.
Yeah.
Unless, well, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's out. Just
Yeah,
look behind this video.
It's true.
If you're watching this live, give it a minute.
Yeah.
It's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, so I can feel the bass really well
Mm.
now, where I haven't been able to feel the bass before,
Mm-hmm.
You
and it's
always
been
wanna
really,
feel the
really
bass.
nice. And I realized I was slamming the fuck out of my sub. I had so much sub, and even like low end in general, like
Yeah, and
up
like,
to like 200,
mm,
all too loud.
yeah. I'm also wondering about compression of the low end too. I'm intrigued to like bring a new loop that I've started here in this house, bring it kind of to a full mix, basically, and see how much compression I end up using on the bottom end to get it where I need to go. I have a feeling it's going to be less
Right.
because I just have a better view of the bottom end,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to kind of compress it so I could hear it, to like
Yeah.
hear what was happening, and I might not
Huh.
actually need to do it.
Probably shouldn't need to.
Right.
Hopefully
Yeah,
not.
Mixes are definitely gonna
I've
like
never
level
heard
up,
it-
though.
Yeah, I've never heard a yes or a no in like terms of how much compression on your bottom end.
Yeah.
Like I've never heard like a definitive, like people kind of all over the place.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I don't know. It is weird. I don't like it a lot. I
Right.
try to stay away.
I just like it in terms of when you're trying to slam it against a wall, like
Yeah.
a little bit of compression, obviously, but then after that point, what can you do when you do compress the bottom end more and slam it more? Like, what happens? Does
Yeah.
it make the mix sound
I
cool?
enjoy slamming my bottom end.
Yeah, does it make the mix sound cool? Like, what happens?
Enjoy getting your bottom end
Like
slammed.
that's
Yeah.
That's kind
That's
of
a good
like
move.
No, I want to do the slamming.
year 6
To your own
talk
bottom end.
Yeah,
right
so
there.
my
But
own bottom end.
Oh shit. Okay.
in case there's any like beginners in here, that's like slamming your bottom end into a master is like a technique you'll learn over time.
Mm.
It's a tightrope.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think
I'm
if you're,
putting less sub in than ever,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
I mean, I guess you got to factor in where you at the end point too, because then how much are you limiting it at the end? You know what I mean?
Sure.
And
sure.
then so if you have, like, one thing that I try to do a little bit more is mix to the closer end point. So I'm doing a lot less compression and limiting at the very end, and kind of do it
Right,
separately
me
along
too.
the way.
Me too. Yeah, that's kind
Because-
of the tip I'm on right now.
Because then if I'm not paying attention enough to how loud it is, and then I go and start smashing it later on, then things start spreading out
Yeah.
in the ways I don't necessarily like.
Squeezing out like cheese.
So
I
So
get that.
that's kind of helped, I guess, me. I don't because I don't like to compress it much. So when I wasn't doing it before, I'd kind of have to come back later and compensate for volume or levels or something. Or something. But
Right.
you know what I mean? But I mean, it depends too. If you want a big old distorted 808, like you're gonna hit it hard. So
Oh yeah.
I guess typically, I'm speaking more specifically to just kind of like a sub, like a just lower end kind of the bottom end that's filling in
just a
the
sine wave.
space. Yeah, not necessarily just like that. I'll compress an 808.
Sure.
That's different.
Sure. Yeah. Then
Yeah.
just like your sine, that's the bottom end of the everything.
Yeah, I just don't like versus other noises. I don't like taking the threshold below where a lot of the signal is coming through. Whereas other noises, I'll kind of hit a little bit harder.
Sure.
I'll pull them down a little bit further, with maybe just less of an attack. It's like maybe, I don't know, but I like to keep the low end kind of soft.
Do you like fast attacks or slow attacks?
Depends.
Okay, good.
It depends.
Good.
That's a loaded question.
I literally never even mess with it.
What?
I just keep it default. And I know it's a
Attacks
I
like my favorite. Well,
you never
no, I like
hear a
release
difference,
too.
and I don't know when one is better and one is not. Like I understand what it's doing, but I just don't know why it would be better in certain
Well,
scenarios.
do you hear what it's doing? Because that's if you want a
Mm,
quick hit, you want a quick attack, quick release. And that's more impactful because that's happening quick and sudden. But then maybe you have like a pad noise or something where you kind of want a little bit of breath into it. You know
But why? Because at the end of the
For the
day, we're all
groove.
going for loudness, right?
No.
You're going for groove, man. It's dynamics.
We're talking about just like the regular amp.
No, compressors.
Compressor.
Compressors.
Yeah, because I was saying
the-
like
the
I
attack
never
and the
mess
release.
with my attack and release.
Attack
I
and
just
release.
keep
Which
it.
is crazy to me
Yeah.
because I've fucking.
The only thing
I'll
I ever
spend
do
more
release
time
with
on
is-
attack and release of like a snare than almost my entire kick, which is
See, all
a
I ever
lot.
hear is just like, do you want a bunch of transient or no transient?
Well, it's space too.
Yeah, it's hard.
time.
Right?
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, it
Really
takes
hard to
forever.
So-
hear it.
I just
Uh,
nerded out about compressors for like 2 years, so I
Mm.
now feel like I kind of have a understanding about what's happening, but
Mm.
I want more.
It's also if you have a good compressor, you can hear it better.
That helps.
So
I see that.
I don't know what you're listening through, but there's
just
probably
stock Ableton.
is it C3?
Yeah. C2.
C2. I was
Pro
like,
C?
yeah, I don't know if it's 2 or 3. I think the newest one is 2, but
That's a great compressor.
that one works nicely. I hear what's going on a lot more than like C1, for example. So that one, I think you would.
The pumping on opto, right? Optical. Yeah, on the optical setting, that one is fucking slick. I've been using that a lot. Super nice with
Oh, yeah.
with like a medium release, and you're slamming it, so you just throw the threshold down like halfway through the input, you know, and it's fucking.
Just the mouth noises.
People out there know what I'm
Oh.
saying. People out there know what I'm saying.
Oh, they know what you're
people
saying,
know.
dude.
They know.
They know.
I'm like, I don't. But they do. So
But
that's
they
what
do.
matters.
So that's yeah.
Caleb,
that's
are you one of those crazy people that keeps the help window open in your Ableton at all times?
the help window?
Why is
Not
that-
all times.
why is that
It
crazy?
just kind of exists, and then
So do
sometimes
you
I'll
know
close
what
it.
everything does?
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I'll definitely
Except
look
for
at
the compressor settings, apparently.
I'll definitely look at a lot of stuff, but no, it just kind of exists. I don't really care.
Yeah, I think mine's open just because it's open, not because
Heathen.
I like.
Mine is not open.
Yeah, right. It's too much.
Oh. Right, I'm such a terrible person, ladies and gentlemen. I keep the help window open.
Yep. You're gonna make bad music if you do that. Everybody knows.
C
We all know
C2.
it.
This compressor is great.
Now, is this visible? No.
No.
It is now. Hey, folks, we're back. Here we are. Yay.
In the Ableton universe.
The
The Matrix.
So you go to like Opto and say your input's coming to like here or whatever. Just smash that bad boy. Fucking whatever knee you want. Definitely affects the pumping. and then just fucking something like this. And it's just
Find a groove.
Here, folks. We'll demonstrate.
Yeah, will
real
you
quick.
demonstrate? Yeah, I would love
Let's
to.
Is,
See.
find.
is the keyboard working?
It is now for a little bit.
For it is now for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. That's a cool break. We're going to use this one instead. I didn't even listen to it.
Nice. Going in blind.
Loading.
Free balling it. What a weird snare.
Actually, you know what we need? We're going to look for a hi-hat, and we're going to get it from a sample pack. A boom bap sample pack. Here we go. There we go. Now you can hear some pumping. So you see how that adds a little bit of more of a shuffle than this? I would do this and then bring in. So now you add the dry into the wet. You got a little more sauce on that hi-hat loop, dude.
A lot of more sauce.
Interesting.
That is extreme too.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
It's a groove.
Can you A/B it like on with compression and without? I can hear that it's doing different things, but I can't tell exactly what I'm hearing.
You want to listen to the high end?
It's just a little more. It's less static.
And it's adding like a little sparkle on the right side.
It's a fuzz.
Yeah.
Like you hear a little bit of slap back. It's really nice.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to play around more.
Do it like you would do it if you want to make it tight.
Tight. Sorry, folks. My computer is bleeping at us. But we're back. Tight. I'm gonna do mastering and doing tight.
Tight.
Take it to a hard knee.
I'm getting there. I was gonna dial this back a bit.
And then quicker attack to make it snappier.
I want the transient.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. And you could do this, but well,
That's definitely not tight.
no,
With it
it's
all
like,
the way down.
Yeah, it's like flappy.
Hit the knee a little harder and the ratio harder with the attack down, and that will snap it.
Yeah, but I don't want to
No,
just do that.
Okay.
I want to
I thought that's what we were
compress
going
the.
for.
Yes, but I want
My
to get there in a.
apologies.
I want to get there in a less extreme way.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, like a more sauce way.
Oh my God.
Let's talk compression.
Totally.
That's the one I thought it was, and I almost reached over and did it, but I was like, I can't guarantee it's the right one, and I can't afford not pushing the right one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk compression.
Oh, it's so nice. It's very subtle, but
yeah.
that's what I would do to
It
these.
added some like width.
Yeah.
It's like if someone's just on like not good speakers, they're like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, if you're not listening in headphones or have some ears, like it's
Yeah.
this is with it off. On. Going back to off. On again.
All you really hear is like maybe a bit more transient. Just like kind of hits harder or something.
Awesome. Good.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Perfect. Perfect. This would be.
Ooh,
It's hard to
compression.
dial in though.
It would make more sense right
sure,
now too
yeah.
if we had a song that it was going in. Right now we're just kind of like arbitrarily making it tighter than it was,
Mhm.
which it
Right.
might not need. It might sound fine without the compressor in track A over track B.
Right. How would you go about it with like kicks and snares? And do you
Basically
guys do your
like
kick
this.
snare
Basically
together?
like this. Like in terms of compression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show
Basically
you on my
just same
template
thing,
here.
but like what, a little bit
I have
slower
my
everything. 'cause
I have
the
my
kick's
kick
bigger?
and my drum and my snare in the same channel. They go into their own thing, and the percussion joins them later into this one.
Nice.
I don't have anything on here right now, but I would normally do, if I had to just say right now, which is like really arbitrary, I'll do a ratio of 4-1. Oops, that's right. I turned the number lock off, 'cause I'm smart. So 4, and then probably a pretty middle knee, like nothing crazy. Fast attack and like a medium release, and then probably like just bring the dry end to taste
Okay.
with the
This
threshold
is on
kind
your
of.
drum group.
Yeah, like it's hard to say because
You're
I'd
just
want
touching
compression
it?
before this guy.
Oh,
This-
this is your.
Yeah, on kick and snare after they've already kind of been processed. I'll glue them with one of these probably initially, kind of just chopping off the tips, basically, or touching the tips. It's not doing a lot. It's 4-1, it's not crazy. And then they go into a limiter after that, which like a samurai sword.
Clip it.
Yep.
That's the
I-
sound the sword makes, I guess.
that's the sound of clipping.
The space sword.
Not really though. That's the space sword, folks.
Space sword.
So 4-1 is like my favorite drum ratio. I don't know why.
Mhm. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people
probably
say
because it's
4-1.
UBK's,
Mm.
and he's like, oh, it's 4-1, and I also like
they
it
have a little
because
joke about
you
it.
can't overdo it, but there's a pretty fine line at like if you have this on 4-1 on like your main drum group, and you slam it into it, you can dial it back, and there's like a moment where it just kind of like breathes back in. You're like, oh, sick, like, or at least that's easier to find than if it's like doing something crazy.
And I think in general, if you just start at like a 4-1 and just open the attack and open the release up and then kind of dial down,
You're right.
I think that's
That's
kinda
a
help you
smarter way to
find-
go. Yeah.
kind of find where it works in that song and works for if you're trying to get more dynamics or trying to push it down,
Right.
because
Right. Usually when
that's
I'm
helpful.
compressing things, I'm trying to just kind of generally push them down. And I will just put a really fast attack, pretty fast release, and then just touch it at a few dB.
Right.
Mm.
Just kind of try and
I mean, it's
Just tapping it.
okay.
Hey,
It's okay.
Stop.
just.
it's basically
alright.
mixing.
And then
I
I'll
mean,
do
you're
that
mixing
like
it
50
in. Yeah.
times
But
throughout the
another
track.
way to think about it is like, oh, I have this sound I just made. How do I fit it in the mix? Where EQ changes the tone. Distortion adds harmonics. So you have those two options in terms of like building the sound. And then you have reverb, which places it into a space. You have compression, which pushes it back into the mix. You have panning, which moves it left and right. Is that everything?
You have
Did I miss anything?
time
You have
delay.
delay too, which also moves it into a space similar
Mhm.
to reverb.
lengthens the
so you-
space.
Yeah, so you have to like, okay, what do I want to do? I want to put it over here. So you have to use all these different things to get it over there. And that's like another way of thinking about it, because like then you would use compression like slightly different, I would assume, if you're like always thinking like that,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like, how do I get more headroom?
Right.
Because that's the way us EDM people think about compression. We're like, yeah,
Ah.
you got to push it down so you can push it later.
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, I do like
love
that you said that.
headroom though.
Mm,
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. that headroom. Yeah, that headroom.
That
No
headroom. Yeah,
clipping
that headroom.
until later.
Austin and I had some good talks the other day that might be kind of fun to dive in with other minds. Just about
The warehouse.
no.
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 I knew it wasn't that, but I had to bring it up.
Let's
yeah,
go.
but no, just things that get the individual artist what's their box. You know, like what's
Oh.
you know.
Yeah.
So we were kind of just discussing. We discussed quite a few things,
Yeah.
but I guess what's something that maybe you could do better in your production, or something that you stopped doing, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
One of the things we were talking about was Aaron was saying that when he was just making a song with John, he was saying something John does a lot is like he almost comes at it from like this childlike sense of wonder, and there's a lot of experimentation of like what happens if I throw this on this and make this do this. And Aaron was saying like I've kind of just like I understand what I want to get to and I know how to get there, so there's like less experimentation. So yeah, is there anything?
I stopped
described
doing
that
it at
kinda
some
right?
point,
Yeah.
and that was kind of a like oh shit moment. It was like I stopped creating more. It was like
Right.
took more of the creative vibe out of it. Is that like Salt Lake City?
No, it's Denver.
No. I don't
Bro.
recognize those buildings. I'm sorry.
Greendale.
I'm not from here.
It's Greendale, Colorado, baby.
I don't have a native bumper sticker on my car, by the way. That is for sure. I should, honestly, with the New Mexico
Yeah,
license plate. I should do native with the New Mexico license plate.
There you go. Be a good move.
Well, they don't even know. They don't even know about green chili, dude.
We don't need to talk.
Don't
about
even
We're
know.
not.
Yeah, we
going
don't need to talk about
that.
that. We don't need to deep dive.
But anyway,
Into green chili.
anyway,
No. We can
Anyway.
deep dive into Greendale.
Woo!
what's a struggle for you? Something you might have put yourself in a box in, or just
Or
Some-
way you've
maybe
lost your
something-
child.
maybe
sense
something
It's hard
you
to it's hard
did.
it's hard to put into words,
Sure.
but there's definitely like random lulls
Mm.
that come along that you like can't predict,
Mm-hmm.
and that just like it's like all the drugs that are making your brain when you're like shit's rocking and you're like feeling good and all that shit, like that concoction just like, oh, a little too much this, oh, whoop, and everything's like rah, rah, and like takes like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to like come back to balance. So in those 3 weeks the drugs are just off and I'm just like, wow, life doesn't matter. And what are we doing?
Why? I hate myself.
Yeah,
My
like I
music
hate myself.
sucks.
Like I don't even
What the
write good
fuck?
music. I just copy shit.
Yeah, it is kind of like
And
you
I
get
don't-
a burst of
Like-
just fire beats,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then right after,
then you're
just
a
like,
fraud.
Yeah, you're an absolute
You're
fraud.
like,
You're an
so
absolute
bad.
fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, why do I do this?
Right.
I'm not. I don't even. I
Rich, the
suck.
They're not
only-
even that good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've listened to them 50,000 times each.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is nice when you come back to a song later that sucked when you were working on it because you just
Mhm.
beat yourself into the ground. You're like, it's kind of coming back. It doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Right.
for me, there's definitely a finite time of working on a song where I'm just like, now it's just digging a deeper hole.
Sure. And
Absolutely.
I now since like probably like year 4 or something, year 4 in to making music, I stopped like diving back into nostalgic tracks. Like if I found an old beat that I thought was cool, like I don't remember writing this, or like I barely remember this, then I might like fuck around with it. But I do not touch the like ones that I was like, I was gonna release this track. This track is cool. Like maybe I
For
can
sure.
maybe I can bring it up. Like I do not fuck with that.
Mhm.
Like I'll listen to it again. Cool, that's fun. Never gonna touch it again. Like cannot, because
Mhm.
if I do that, it's just a waste of time. It's gonna waste. Like
Yeah.
I can make like 3 new beats in the time I could waste like trying to bring up an old track that's fine just the way it is. It's just
It's part of the diary.
it's just caught in the past. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just stuck
it's a
there.
page.
It can't move.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is fine. It needs to be there because if it's not there, you could fall backwards because it's holding things. You know, it's holding you up.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
did some reviving today of beats they were fine, but
Mm.
Let's go.
with the new room,
It's like-
dancing to Travis's tunes because he has us on in his background right now in his stream.
Oh, where his
Let's go.
okay. There, I couldn't read it.
Yeah, let me make it bigger for you.
Sweet, that's fun.
You're being played.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
Oonts,
Um,
oonts.
So yeah, that's a thing I don't fuck with
I'm just trying to picture
in terms of
trends
like
now.
mental shit.
It's a good move. I can't say I'm not the best person to talk about that.
Hmm.
I
You'll chill on a song for a full year,
He
basically.
likes to baby songs for many years.
Can't do it.
not really many years.
there is one
Some.
song that I've brought along every year for like 5 years.
That's funny.
That's just like
Jesus.
the one though. It's
That's
just like the one.
It sounds like you have an addiction, and you're like, no, but it's just, I just have on New Year's Eve, I just do an 8-ball.
Gotta figure it out.
It's fine. It's fine. And then every week after that. But
Yeah.
Well,
that week guaranteed I do an 8-ball.
Well, here's what's kind of cool about it is many years ago I had like a music video for it in my head, and I'm like, man, that'd be cool to learn
let's go.
animation. And so it's like now we've been playing around with animation, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can get there. So it's been like a full blown like thought.
Dude, it's gonna be an epic song, dude.
Probably not.
Years. and
Yeah,
years.
I already did like made
Dude, it's gotta be
an
like
animation
12
thing
minutes.
for a track. Yeah.
I like it, but I am biased, I
That
guess.
is a-
So
That's a whole
it's a thing.
4 weeks
Oh, yeah.
of your
But-
life making animation.
But let's pass it to the left. Dave, what you got?
Things, struggles.
Or maybe something you
I-
gotten over.
what
something.
What I tend to do is hyper focus on one idea that I'm thinking about a lot and forget about all the cool other things that I already know. And that's really annoying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that is how it tends to go.
Yeah.
I've been on a kick, as you guys may know.
I do feel you on that. I don't know how, like, in terms of how bad of a problem I have, in terms of like how bad your problem is, but I definitely suffer from that issue as well.
Yeah, it's hard. I've been pumped on slamming my masters and my music and my drums. Everything gets slammed, and I've been pumped about that. And I've been super hyper focused on that. And it's a random thing to be focused on. It's not very helpful when you're trying to make a track.
Yeah.
It's kind of useless until the track is made.
Yeah. I
Or at
remember
some
like a
point.
year and a half ago, you were super stoked on like phase and just everything about phase and like trying to get your speaker cones to pump and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That
I
was,
do
that was a
remember
fun
that. I
one.
do remember that.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that I feel like some of those things you get, like you juice it. Like here's my metaphor for this.
Okay.
It's like the thing about
Dick.
phase, kind of. You could extrapolate this metaphor into a dick
You
metaphor.
definitely
Nice.
could.
So
Chat go nuts.
it's like each little thing you're stoked on is like a color of paint that's being splashed on you, and you're like stoked. You're like, yeah, I fucking love this fucking phase, and it's like red. And in the moment, you're just like, everything you see is red, and you're just stoked about that. And then it passes you, and a little bit is left on you, but most of it flies because the next color comes up. You're like, sick. But you are getting a little bit of each one.
Nice. Still fitting the dick
Still-
metaphor nicely.
Right,
Yeah.
because this could be semen.
Yeah.
And each dick is like new semen. But, so it passes, but there's still a little bit of it left in your
I
hair.
had to go there.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Had to go there, folks. Just for you.
Yeah, it's like I don't think a ton about phase anymore because I can kind of hear
Right.
if
That
it's
little
out
bit
of
is
phase.
left.
I'm sure that I can't really that good, but
Sure.
I can hear it way better than I've ever been able to before.
Yeah. Yeah. Enough that you don't
So
have to
you're
like
getting
fine
better.
tune to get surgical or something.
So I'm thinking about something else at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
I
this.
have been pondering going back to phase recently.
Oh, okay.
I thought we just talked about
All right.
this.
I haven't studied
go
my
back.
like full track waveform in a while, but usually they just look like fucking distorted sine
sauce
waves.
bananas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Couple little.
That kind of made me
Peaks here
think,
and there.
how aware are you guys about summing to mono? Is that like
I check it.
constantly?
I check it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Once I get to the end, I'll like check it a couple times.
Okay.
Just to like make sure nothing's weird.
these days, I think because we know what we're doing a little bit more so, I typically don't need to check it that much until the end when I'm like mixing, and I'm like, okay, let me pull out a little bit of, some low end frequencies that just don't really necessarily need to be there. But back in the day, I used to have to check it a lot because things would happen, and I was like, whoa, there's a lot of low end on that like pad, or whatever. It's just like, don't need it. But it's something, I mean, when you're making a song, it's all about placement and putting things, so you should be aware of it. But if it's a problem, you should check it.
That's fair. Yeah.
But
I had this weird moment the other day, where I like got stoned and I was making music for a while, and I had the random idea like, oh, I should just listen through in mono, and then I listened through mono and I was like, you know what, I want a cigarette right now, and I went for a cig break, and I came back and completely forgot that it was on mono, and still worked on the track for like an hour and a half.
I've done that.
Yeah, right, and you don't even notice, and then you go to your master and you take off the mono,
and it's all
just
big.
Yeah. It's all epic.
It was such a good feeling.
And you've been grinding on some weird shit.
Yeah, right.
You have to be crossing your fingers that you weren't trying to do like stereo thing. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. You thought you heard it.
I guess
That's your brain.
Yeah, you didn't hear that at all.
Hey.
It was mono the whole time. Yeah, I did that not too long ago, honestly.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, whatever though.
Dude, this one's. Oh, oops. Sorry,
Oh,
folks.
we're in eternal darkness now.
We're in the abyss.
We have descended.
Eternal darkness.
Welcome to the Always Abyss podcast.
Welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell, bitch.
This is Mormon's hell, eternal darkness. Oh, never mind. This is,
Dude, that's
this
what
is
I'm
also
talking about.
Mormon's hell. Damn, I'm just kidding.
Dude, I need to build this into Blender and just give us like the windows so we look like we're
Yeah, exactly, right?
Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Or a late night. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Can we end the podcast with the email I sent you?
Oh, God
Okay, keep
damn
talking
it.
and I'll pull it up.
Okay, cool. But so what did you say? Because we haven't gotten
I
to you
didn't say anything.
for that. Well, for
yeah.
just
For the
something
thing.
that you think might be holding you back, or something that you just know you need to get better at. Or it doesn't even have to be your like production thing. It can just be like, because there's a lot of things that go into making music and being an artist. So maybe just with something in general that, I mean, what did you say the other night? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't think I remember either.
Yeah. We were hammered and just bullshitting, but something that did just come to my mind is I think I need to stop trying to replicate other artists' work more and try and replicate like their kind of vibe and what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of like really starting to inhibit me. And well, not like really, but like sometimes I'll go into a track and like when I first started, like the first 2 years, it was just you just do whatever and you try and make a track happen, and it's super fun, and you're like, oh, I'm being creative and exploring. And like now it's like, oh, I know I should go intro, verse, build, drop, because that's the typical, and like 16 bars because it's easy to mix and all this, but I think I just need to say fuck it a little more and start doing like weird shit again and exploring.
That's kind of where I'm at. I think that's okay. Now that you said that, it was like, I agree with that too. Is like so many things that I used to do. Like we were saying, I used to do a lot more melodic things, just like a lot of layers of melodic things and different. And it's like, I don't really do that anymore. Posture time.
I feel like
Posture check.
this.
Yeah. Oops.
That is like, what do you want to do? Would be the question
Ah, that's a hard
to
one
answer in that situation. If you want, if you want to DJ the songs, probably make them DJable. Because they'll make your life and everyone else's life easier.
We were also talking about this. Dude, some of my favorite songs are the hardest to DJ. And I think that's kind of cool. So then Austin, we literally had this conversation the other night. And it was, should you, and it's an opinion thing. So it's not like do or don't. But we were wondering, he asked me, he's like, well, do you think it's a good thing to think about how you're going to mix a song when you make it, and to a degree, but I don't really like it that much because I think then it's just like, it seems the way I see it is like you're limiting yourself in that moment by thinking about another moment that's, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And just get more creative when you're mixing it.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know?
I think this whole like mixing.
Well, dude,
the
that's
way
I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
It separates it because it's fucking hard to DJ some bass nectar tracks. For example, maybe not a good example anymore.
Hey,
But
fuck
for-
bass nectar.
Always 400.
But for example, it was like that. If you're like in a groove and like that's not easy songs to mix because they're wild and they're crazy and they're just what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you can, then it's you got it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's like music that you kind of just drop it and bring the next one in when you mix it anyway.
To a degree, but you can still find like
Yeah, you want to like try to blend them at some point, but
and
you don't
can.
necessarily need to
No, you don't need to.
either.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, and it's a style thing. If you're making like minimal music, then yeah, sure, it's pretty easy. It kind of just already like leans into playing live anyway. So
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
different,
Yeah, totally.
different areas, but
Right. It depends on what you want to do with your music.
Exactly.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna be playing a huge ass stadium, sure. Like, and it's gonna be like big room, yeah, sure.
Fucking
Fucking
Cardi B.
whatever.
Cardi B.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Everyone's different. For me, that just seems like a limiting thought in that moment when it's not
Right.
necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Just
how-
write the music. We'll see what happens.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I call it. Consulting the muse.
Mm.
Just like, what do you want? What do you want, Jam? What do you want, Track? What do you need?
Will you hand me
You
a
want
beer,
some
Mr.
wubs?
Poon?
You want some wubs?
What?
Will you hand me a beer?
And then, next thing you know, you're in Vital, and you're making a sweet wub. And you're like, wait, how'd I get here?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the muse brought you there.
Oh, the muse.
She wants reverbed snares. And she wants large saw waves being distorted, thrown
Oh.
through auto filters. Just at 1 trillion miles an hour.
Can I see that?
1 trillion, folks.
Yeah.
1 trillion miles an hour.
Oh. So when we were moving, Caleb, you were playing a bunch of The Sword, which is like a really sick ass like heavy metal band.
Stoner
And
metal? Yeah.
Stoner metal. And like their structuring is
So
insane.
sick.
Yeah, it's fucking rock and roll.
It's so fucking sick. And they'll go from like 16 bar sections into like a 4 bar little break that doesn't even seem like a break because it transitions so perfectly into the next thing. And it's like, I want to do some shit like that. Like,
Sure.
where do we bring in that like rock
It's, I don't know.
corporation into it?
I've been trying for years, and it's super fucking hard.
Yeah, it is very hard.
We need to set the drums up again and get those recording.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We have space now.
Do you want to share this line with me?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
Did you
Okay.
think he was sad?
No, it's just the lime is huge.
It's huge.
We got
It's
thick
the
boys.
huge
You.
lime.
Lime is
Damn, boy, that's a thick boy.
Oh, there it goes. Ready, folks?
Yeah, good topics though, Poon. I like those. I like those a lot.
Well, we were talking about all kinds of stuff the other day, and I'm like, this is perfect podcast
Yeah.
stuff, but I can't
Right.
remember most of it. 'cause
I
we're
know, we
pretty
went so
faded.
deep for like 3
Yeah,
hours.
we like to get into
Yeah.
the meta-melodic side of
Mm,
metaphysics.
nice.
Yeah, Austin was coming with some pretty deep ones. He's like, what you got? And I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, when Austin's drunk, he just goes straight to the depths.
I know. I
Of
don't
the
know
soul.
what it is.
Yeah, we were getting down.
It's like,
Do
you
There
feel-
we go.
when
Oh,
you listen, do you feel
no, go
the-
back.
I don't know.
Go back.
he is
Not a
our
good example.
Duncan Trussell.
Let's go.
Right. Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Ooh.
I got to get better with my wordplay then if
Is
that's
that
the case.
just Minecraft? Dude, let's be
Yeah.
in Minecraft right now.
Sick. I didn't know if you guys are going to like that one or hate that one.
I like it because it's
I hate it.
trolly, dude.
It's trolly, right?
Great.
But it
It's
still
for
looks
Twitch.
sick. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect, dude.
I thought it was great, yeah.
Look at that.
well,
I'm in the shade over here. Oh,
Oh,
y'all in the bright
Fucking
sun.
sweating
Well, Dave
over here.
is- The
Yeah,
sun.
you're under the sun. Look at you.
Dude, I
Dude.
know. Trust me, I
Dude,
know.
Corona and the what is it?
Corona can't touch him. Look at all the vitamin
Oh
D.
yeah. Drinking
it.
Corona in the summertime.
There it is. Yeah, dude, look at that. There we go. He's like, nah, it's way too fucking hot. Fuck that song.
Maybe a release coming in the future.
Oh,
Who knows?
Wink,
Ladies
wink.
and gentlemen.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you have the folder pulled up, or are you just going through randomly for him?
He's switching.
I do have it here. Why?
Go to Misk Simpsons. This one's fun.
It's like we're gonna have to go from here. Ladies and gentlemen, this just in.
Always
I'm on a computer.
400.
These are all our backgrounds.
Look at all the. Oh, he's
Like
fixing
the windows.
You are receiving an all.
so much.
For that Windows picture.
Yeah, it's the. Oh, there's a banger.
Folks, coming to you live from Austin, Texas.
Did you download this one specifically?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Yeah, there weren't many great photos of it. That was the best one.
I don't like that one.
It's not great.
I don't like that studio. I never did.
What? I think
No.
the studio's sick. Oh, that was
The red
Morgan's
pill's
idea.
awful.
Oh, we're perfectly
Hey,
on the couch.
That's pretty good.
Let's go. We're in.
You guys have no legs.
I thought that one was funny. Yeah.
Fucking weirdos.
No legs. We're hiding.
There's
in
also
the
one more.
couch.
Caleb, go to space. Or you could probably scroll. Scroll to the right. There's one that's like orbiting Earth. That's sick. No. Yeah. Yeah. We're in the space station, bitch.
In the space station, baby.
Woo! Yeah.
See, the Earth is round.
It is
You-
round.
you
can
fools.
can
can
clearly see it's
We're
flat.
up here. We can look right at it.
Yeah, it's like
Fucking round.
I can fucking
Round as
touch it.
shit.
My biggest argument against it is because people will be like, it's like, okay, well, what about like the live video stream from the space station? It's like, oh, that's
Fisheye lens.
that's like digital design. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
And how is
You
it
have
digital
no-
design? It's a potato camera.
Yeah, you have no
it's
idea.
so bad.
No,
So
it's
bad.
not.
It's pretty bad.
No,
Yeah, it's like 720p.
there's an HD. So
It's not. It's
720
not HD. It's 720.
I don't know, man. I
It's-
disagree.
It's,
Dude, I think it's 360 actually.
1080.
How sick would that be?
360p. Oh god.
Dude, I'm pretty sure there's like super high quality. It's on the
240.
fucking space station,
480.
man. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not very good quality.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, the Earth is round, I guess.
The Earth
We
is-
agree on that, just
So-
not the quality of how round it is.
To end this
So-
podcast, what we're saying is the Earth is in fact flat, right?
It's well, no, it's a cube, so it's
And
flat.
it's hollow.
It is flat.
So hollow
Flat.
Earth,
Hollow
It's a
cube Earth.
hollow cube
Hollow
Earth,
cube.
Flat Earth cube.
Cube Earth.
Hollow
and you
flat
got to
Earth cube.
compress it just right.
Make
Right.
it extra cubular.
No, but if you guys have any last topics, now is the time
Yeah, chat. You've been
to
wild
squeeze
today.
them out.
Look at that.
Yeah, chat,
The whole
calm
chat right there. This
down.
entire pod.
I mean,
Man, for you guys
see this
listening
here.
afterwards on the podcast apps or YouTube,
Mm.
it's popping.
It's popping.
It's like streaming. Just
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so
through the
many
chat
people
right
in
now.
here.
We've
you
just
guys,
been ignoring it because
Yeah,
Come-
we said at the beginning we
Listen
knew it'd be a
much.
banger today, so we
Listen.
just can't even talk to chat.
I've told this to our YouTube community many times.
Mm.
You gotta head over to twitch.tv/always400official.
that's right.
Mhm.
You got to
You can
catch it
influence
live.
You gotta
baby.
catch it live
Mhm.
every
It's a
Tuesday,
different thing.
8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Mhm.
That's
Every
right.
No
every
one
week.
gives a shit about Mountain Standard Time.
Everybody
I love
who
that.
cares gives a shit about
Hey.
Mountain Standard Time.
If you want to watch this on Twitch,
7:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern.
8:30 Mountain
Yeah, I guess
Standard
that's
Time.
probably the
figure
right
it
move.
out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Yeah, it's not that hard.
8:30 Mountain Time. Figure it out.
It's like a 20-second Google
Like
search.
how hard is it?
Yeah.
Not.
Google.
I mean, we all have to do it for everything that's like Eastern Standard Time. We're like, oh, okay, how do I convert this? Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
whatever.
Subtract
2
two.
hours.
Time to get them
Right,
back.
so it's that easy. So everybody else can convert to Mountain Time. Cool.
Mhm.
So there you go,
We
folks.
believe in you. It's a minus or plus 1 or 2. I guarantee that if you're in
Yeah.
the United States.
Yeah.
Did you get my email?
All right, everybody. Join us next week because,
Hot as
like we were talking
balls.
earlier, it is hot as fuck. We have a special guest, T-Pain, coming on. next Tuesday. You're not going to want to miss that. He's pretty much probably only going to talk about
auto-tune. The
auto-tune.
next week.
Turn the volume
Oh,
Here we go,
I
folks.
almost forgot.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, the song with it. Wait, can you put us on the screen with it?
I'm trying, bro. Give me a second, my guy. You didn't tell me there was audio, bro.
Coming up.
How about you,
Here, wait, pause it so we don't miss
hang
the drop.
on.
Uh-oh.
Y'all gotta be so...
Caleb, do this.
Needy.
Caleb, do that.
Hurry, go.
Caleb,
go,
Caleb,
go,
Caleb.
immediately as soon as possible.
Wait for the drop. We're getting to the drop.
Honestly, I love this idea.
We're back.
I was like, oh, yo.
Don't show the chat.
You liars. They just lied to me.
No, it's lit. We just deleted them all.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so this isn't going to happen, huh? Just a sweet outro.
Jamie's got it. Jamie knows computers.
No. I ain't never.
That looks strange.
Yeah.
It doesn't want it.
Aw.
Man. Throw it in the backgrounds folder.
No. Oh. What? No, would that work?
Someone he's already using. This one he was using.
It's not gonna work, folks.
That's my heart.
Sorry.
My heart
I know.
hurts.
We need a.
But I tell you what we'll do.
They don't know what it is, so
We'll go here. We'll do this. We'll hide the chat.
Hide your chat. Hide your wife.
I was wondering about this method. Oh, let's go.
Jamie.
You guys ready?
Six
Yeah.
Flags Magic Mountain Goliath roller coaster.
So, folks, thank you for tuning in to the Producer's Lounge episode 8. Big
been great.
shout out to INRNME for coming on. We appreciate you.
You the man. We love you.
Also like to give a shout out to my mother.
Mm.
What up?
Oh, shit. We're almost
yo.
at top.
Oh God, it's coming.
Also want to thank
Guys, I'm afraid.
my
of
brother.
heights.
my Poon's brother.
You have a brother?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Poon's got a brother.
Well, you know.
So we're
there.
getting to the top here, folks, and get ready.
What we need
Ready-
is
get ready
the
for the drop.
opposite shot. We need the
Right.
shot
Right.
of the chair.
Right. Exactly.
It's just the back of our heads.
Right. We're going down backwards.
Woo, here we go.
Here you
Hands
go,
up,
folks.
everybody.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
my
shit. Oh God.
It's not even that bad.
God. Uh-huh.
This is
No,
so
no.
high
I
up.
literally rode this roller coaster with my grandpa, and I thought he was going to die.
Look at us go. Here. Oh my God, your arms got chopped off. Oh, here we are. Look at us. Aww. Look at you guys
This is
go.
quality content, folks. You don't
So-
even know.
Normally,
Jesus. Oh, my stomach. It's like just totally dropped.
Par for the Twitch course.
yeah.
I thought,
we're going the different
If
ways.
if you're just tuning in now, folks,
We'll get there.
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you to our patrons who help this show, this program happen.
I'm going the wrong way.
Also, a big shout out to our Twitch subscribers. A couple names to shout out: Bernard Lucas.
Oh,
Thank
Bernard.
you for the $10 donation.
Shouts.
Edward
Dr. Luke.
Fitzgerald.
Nice,
Dr.
nice.
I'll get to Dr. Luke.
Yeah, Dr.
Dr.
Luke.
Luke, who always sends $5 every month. Thank
Yep.
you. I just joined the Patreon. We have one for that tier.
Yeah, he subscribed like 5 months for 9 years or something.
Yeah,
insane.
it doesn't make any sense, but
$5 a month for 9 years.
whatever.
Right.
Also,
Fat
Melissa
Milf, shouts to her.
McCarthy. Thank you so much for the 20 bits on this episode.
Thanks again.
All right.
Thank you so much. We are
Always 400.